Alright, so welcome to the final round, the final episode of Season 2 of my Ayrton Senna driver career mode here on F1 24. Now, last time out at Las Vegas, I was looking to secure my second Drivers' Championship, and I managed it. If you haven't seen that video, go watch it. It's an absolute belter. Started P9, had a bit of a stinker in qualifying, but cut through the field elegantly. Got up to P1 for a few laps, but then as I went into the pits, it went a bit wrong. And then for the remainder of the race, I had a nice little fight with Charlie, managed to finish second, so despite Verstappen winning the race, it wasn't enough to take the Drivers' Championship to Abu Dhabi. However, arguably the more important championship is still at stake. We currently lead the Constructors by just 23 points, which when there's two drivers for each team, 23 ain't a whole lot. Now, I do sort of predict that it's just going to be another fight, basically, between me and Verstappen, because take a look at the Drivers' Championship and the results. Lando Norris, Sergio Perez, both absolutely stinky throughout the year compared to their teammates, the far superior drivers. Lando Norris' best race result has been P4, and he has got that, 3 times, and then just this random win at Zandvoort. I don't know how he managed it. Checo Perez hasn't even got a podium. Oh no, he does, I'm lying. The first round at Australia, a P2, and that's it. Sergio Perez is 173 or something points off his teammate. Lando Norris, 206 off me. So I think whoever comes out on top between me and Verstappen will win the Constructors for their respective teams. So let's get to qualifying and seal this thing. Alrighty then, welcome to qualifying for the final time this season. Now, I do have some very concerning and troubling news to share with you all, and that is, our car is now the 5th fastest on the grid, and we are considerably behind Red Bull Racing. In fact, the gap between us and Red Bull is larger than us and like the 2nd or 3rd worst cars on the grid. It's really bad. So I wouldn't be surprised if I couldn't even manage a top 5 in this session. I wouldn't be shocked. Now, the current fastest time is, of course, Max Verstappen with a 1 minute 21.1, which is very, very fast. Checo Perez also sort of up there. He is 4 tenths back, but he is in P6. Lando Norris down in P9 with a 21.6. So let's just try and beat Lando some of a 21.6. I think that's a reasonable starting point, and we'll go from there. As always, if you enjoy my videos and you enjoy my Senna series, why not consider liking the bloody video? Because it really helps. And also, why not subscribe? I'm trying to hit 1.5k by the end of the year. And here we go. My first run of quali at Abu Dhabi. Fun fact, I've never driven here before. Actually, I might have done 1 or 2 career mode episodes on it on this year's F1 game for my team and this. But that's it, so I'm very, very inexperienced, but we'll see how it goes. Through Sector 1, Albon at a 17.1, oh, Nelly, what's happened there then? I'm currently behind the great Alex Albon. That is not what you want to see. Now, I did do a couple practice runs in quali in F1 World to know what difficulty to run on, and I figured out you can go down to about 40% overtake down this first straight, make your way through the chicane, get a decent exit, and now you go down to 20. So that should give me a nice bit of straight line speed, but I do seem quite slow. Sector 2 coming up. Okay, that's still really, really bad though. Early signs is my car is feeling very oversteery and basically has no grip at all, but keep in mind, our car is no longer the dominant force it was throughout basically the first 3 quarters of this season. Now it's actually kind of smelly. So out the final corner we come, and it's just very, very slow and difficult to drive, and well, I suppose that isn't too bad. I am behind my teammate, who must have had a pretty decent lap really, because we're now both ahead of Checo. Remember, Lando at a 21.6, I put in a 21.3, and I'm behind him. So, fair play, Lando. You know, I think if we finish P6 and 7 and Checo's 8th and Verstappen wins, I think we still win the Constructors. So, that's fine, Lando. Keep that up. Alright, here we go then. The final run of this qualifying session. The boys are still P6 and 7. I am only 300ths off my teammate. So let's at least improve on my lap time and maybe try and go for a top 5. I think that'd be a really, really good result. Through Sector 1, I've managed to find just under a 10th. That is very, very nice. Now we can start enabling some overtake. I'm going to go back down to about 40, maybe 45, we'll see. Yeah, we'll do 40. And into the braking zone, a little bit early on the brakes, but honestly, I'd rather be early than late, you know what I mean? Overtake on nice and early, still finding more time. Down the back straight, Sector 2 coming through. I've found a little bit more time on my teammate. Now here, about as late on the brakes as you could possibly get. That was very nice. Over the curbings. Keep it nice and tight on the exit. That was very nice. Found a bit more time. Make my way now into the final corner. Earlier on the brakes. Hit the apex. Boom! There you go. Now, did I even improve my position by that? Oh, you better believe I did. That is a great result. That is genuinely way better than I was ever expecting around here. I am noticeably quite stinky at this track in general. I just am a bit crap on any F1 game. So to go and pull that out of the bag, out of nowhere, I'm very impressed with myself. I'm, just over a 10th faster than Lando Norris. Decent result by him as well. Fastest Brit on the track in P5. And Sergio Perez down in P9. Yes, Verstappen's on pole by 0.3 of a second. But Checo Perez down in P9. It's looking good for McLaren, boys. We go into the race. P3 and 5. Our rivals P1 and 9. Let's see how we get on. And here we go. What a momentous occasion we have ourselves here. The Formula 1 Etihad Airways Abu Dhabi Grand Prix 2025, technically, because this is Season 2. I'm feeling very confident, to be honest. I feel like even if Verstappen goes off and wins this race by half an hour, which, to be honest, he probably will, given how fast that Red Bull is now, I still think we've got this in the bag. 23 points is a lot to overcome when it's basically a one-car race at this point. Sergio Perez will probably at the most pick up 4 or 5 points, whereas where me and Lando are starting, we are already getting 25 just by finishing where we start. It's looking pretty good. For the final time of this season, here is the strategy. Once again, it's just medium to hard or one stop, which is the strategy on pretty much every single track on the entire calendar. I'm considering pitting a lap earlier, although to be fair, the hard tyres do fall off quite bad near the end. But to be honest, we'll see. I'll leave it as it is. If I need to pit a lap earlier, I feel a little bit of an undercut, I'll go for it. But without further ado, let's start this thing and win this Constructors. It is time. If I ever needed a good start, I need one now. Here we go. Boom. Off the line. Lots of wheel spin. Let's try and not get 4th gear oversteer. That is a very decent start. Into turn 1 next to Fernando Alonso. Who's this next to me? It's the Ferrari of Charlie. I'm not happy about that whatsoever, but I managed to stay where I started in P3. Lando Norris also still in P5, so that's a decent first couple of corners from the McLaren boys. Of course, Lando is used to losing places on lap 1 from where he starts, but he's not done it today. Now, I have lowered my downforce from my qualifying, so hopefully I should have some good straight line spinning. You can see how good it is, but Charlie, can you relax a bit, mate? My goodness, he's trying to go for a move around the outside. Meanwhile, I'm trying to get a move done on Fernando Alonso. It's all kicking off. Verstappen already has a 1 second lead, so he's obviously just gone. But we're not interested in him, to be honest. We just want to finish as high as conceivably possible to secure this title for the boys at McLaren. Now, one problem that I always have at this track in races is that after like 2 or 3 laps, my tyres start to severely overheat. And I don't know exactly what causes it, but it seems to happen no matter the setup. So let's just hope that doesn't happen today, because it does absolutely ruin ya. First lap is complete. Verstappen's obviously just gone. You can just forget him at this point. Let's try and hunt down Mr. Alonso, because I think he is actually very overtakeable. I've got plenty of overtake. I've got DRS on. This should be a relatively easy pass. Here we go. Oh, the straight line speed isn't looking too good now. I'm going to go round the outside, about as light on the brakes as you can get. Round the chicane, we're going wheel to wheel. I don't like going wheel to wheel through there. It's very scary, but we have got the move done. Now, I've sort of done myself in here a bit, because now Fernando Alonso has DRS, and I don't. So I might actually get... oh, wow, that's not good. I'm going to get double overtaken by Alonso and Charlie. I'm still fighting, though, on the inside. Look at that. You didn't see me coming. Well, who are you? Wait, who are they? Oh, okay, I've been double done anyway. Okay, sure. Trying to go around the outside of Alonso now. Alonso's fighting Leclerc. They're banning wheels and the all sorts. Let's try and not do a Latifi through there. Lovely stuff. They're still going wheel to wheel. There's a chance here to go down the inside of Alonso into the final corner. Go on. Push her through. 2. Lovely overtake by Fat Krim. Okay. So I'm still running P3, except now my rival ahead is Charlie rather than Fernando. And hopefully, Lando Norris can now go Fernando as well. That'd be quite good. I definitely am going to play this a bit more patiently than pretty much any other race, because I know that I do have the pace to keep up with Leclerc and Alonso. So I don't need to send it down the inside and waste all my ERS. I can be a lot more tactful about this. The smart and the clever Fat Krim has arrived. And I can't believe what I'm currently seeing. Checo, the Sergio Perez, is currently P5 and has just overtaken Lando Norris. I'm sorry, but what? Did they, like, I don't know, give him a shot of tequila before we started? Because I swear he started P9, so has he got there already? That is extremely concerning for our constructors bid. I think we should be okay, especially if I can fight Leclerc into the chicane. Go on, get round. No, I'm not going to get that. Oh, he's hit me a little bit there. I'm not happy about that, Charlie. Let's try again. DRS enabled. I'm not going to use too much overtake. Like I said, I'm playing this very patient. Going on the defensive. Round the outside for Senna. Go on, stick it in. Get it. Grip up, baby. Yeah, there you go. Finally, I have secured my P2. But of course, I'll probably be fighting for P2 until the end of this race. I don't think I'll be able to clear Charlie or Alonso by a second, get out their DRS. I think they'll be with me. That was frightening. Right, this is an issue. Yeah, right. This is not going to go very well for me, is it? Charlie goes through. Alonso goes through. Checo currently defending from Lando. Let's hope Lando can have a good go at him. And I am now down to P4, which is not really what you want to see. Car is oversteering like crazy. I feel like I am starting to get those overheating problems. But, yeah, this isn't great. Alright, Checo Perez is now right behind me. He is seriously cooking in that Red Bull, making that Red Bull look fast, which of course, it definitely is. It's by far the fastest car on the grid right now. Can I defend, though? I should be able to. Oh, yeah, I can quite easily. Okay, that's good to know. Alonso looking for a potential move on Charlie. Maybe I could third-party this and gain something out of it. No, not quite. So I stay in P4. Right, I'm definitely starting to get those same issues where my tyres start overheating, or I don't even know what happens exactly, but my car is now undrivable. Every single corner, there's this huge snap of oversteer, and I can barely keep it in a straight line, which always happens at this track. So it's all slowly falling apart. However, that is very interesting. Fernando Alonso going for the move on Charlie. They go wheel to wheel. That should invite me to the fray. And hopefully I can get something out of this. Who hasn't got DRS? It's Charlie. Of course it's Charlie. Right, let's see about this then. Alonso's going to go to the outside. I think I'm going to have to follow him to the outside here. Can I even get past Charlie here? Am I going to have the grip for it? No, I've got to be careful, because look who's behind me now. Checo Perez going wheel to wheel, looking for a place into P4, the cheeky bugger. Let's not let that happen. Can I even defend from him? I should be able to now that we get into the tight section, but he's looking lively. Yeah, I'm not happy about it at all. And with how undrivable my car currently is, I'm definitely stopping on this lap a lap earlier and trying to get an undercut, because like I said, I can't keep it in a straight line. Oh, that is just one of the cleanest, loveliest overtakes I have ever done in my entire life. That deserves to go in the Louvre. And now I can go into pits. I can go into the pits for what is most likely the final time this season. I'm not going to say anything. Just, please. Yeah, that'll do. You know, it's not the greatest stop of all time, but honestly, I'll probably lose at most 2 or 3 attempts. That is fantastic. Cheers, McLaren crew. Lovely stuff. Let's get out of here. Set in a pretty decent lap time. And if I can keep my car pointing in a straight line, that is. And we'll see if the undercut even works. Lando currently fighting with one of the Mercedes. I think he has just lost that place as well. Meanwhile, Checo Perez has now been unleashed to go after Charlie and Alonso, and it is really not looking good for the boys at the moment. You can see how far ahead Verstappen is. That's about, what, 10 seconds or so? Then you got Charlie, Alonso, and Checo all next to each other scrapping hard. With Checo being the clear fastest, it's all falling to pieces. Verstappen is in the pits though, which doesn't really mean anything. You can sort of hope he might come out in a bit of traffic, but let's be honest, he probably won't. On the plus side, my car feels nice again. Probably because obviously I got new tyres on, but what I'm saying, and what that means, is that I should be able to set a couple of really nice lap times and undercut some cars. Now, which Ferrari is this? Wait, which one are you? It's Leclerc, so if I can... hang on. Oh, look at that! I have managed to undercut Leclerc by, like, what, 2 seconds or so? Okay, that worked extremely well. Right, lap number 2 of my amazing undercut strategy has ended. Well, it's about to end. Everyone else should have stopped now, and they have. So let's see where I come out. And how has Checo got himself into that position then? I am not happy about that whatsoever. We come round, turn 3, I think. And would you look at that? Sergio Perez is now in P4. Started 9th, now 4th, and cooking hard. Is Checo going to go for it on Leclerc down this second straight? He's looking for it. He might go for this, you know. Take a look at the bottom left. I'm currently cornering, so I can't look. Now I can. Has he gone for it? He's definitely gone for it, but he hasn't made the move stick. Oh, I've gone off a little bit. I was too busy watching behind me. But it's clear to see that Checo has been... I'd say, like, what's a level beyond hammer time? There's got to be a level above that, because that's what he's currently on. He is flying. Lando Norris as well, by the way. Currently, I don't even know where he is. P7, I believe. He's behind Alonso, and he's also behind one of the Mercedes, and now fighting amongst another Mercedes. So he'd be at, what, P3, 4, 5, 6. He's currently P8, and I'm P2. So, at the moment, we are still scoring enough to win this title, but it is going to be very close. If Lando loses a couple more places and Checo keeps on flying, oh, it's going to be very close. Way, way too close than I'd like it to be. Here goes Checo Perez. You can see him behind me in my rear-view mirror. He's gone for it. Has he made it stick, though? Oh, I really hate it. Oh, he hasn't all. Oh, my goodness. Checo Perez is currently P3. Now, Leclerc has DRS. He's fighting back. Go on. Do what Checo did to Hamilton in real life in 21. Get back at him. Go on, son. Do him in. Round the outside. It's lovely stuff. Well done, Leclerc. I'm now just sort of treating Leclerc as my teammate in a way, because I sort of need him to defend from Checo if I want to win this constructor. I say I because, let's be honest, Lando isn't really contributing a whole lot to it at the moment. I don't even know where he is now, but there's a very decent chance he might have even dropped out of the points. Checo's gone for it again. Once again, he's confirmed the place. But who's got DRS in that fight? That will change everything. Also, where's Yuki Tsunoda come from? Why is he just sort of there, handing with the front pack? Has he even stopped yet? Because that'd be remarkable stuff. Leclerc and Perez fighting. And oh no. Perez has got the move done. Oh, Nelly. Oh, Nelly O'Nay. That is the worst thing I have ever seen in my life. I'd like to just point out, by the way, I believe I've done the mathematics correct, but I believe that if it stays like this, us and Red Bull will finish on the exact same amount of points. So that would be utterly ridiculous, and now I am going to be fighting with Checo, unless Leclerc can make a comeback. I'd be highly surprised if he could, although he is going for it. He is actually giving it some. Go on, Leclerc. Leclerc! Leclerc! Do him in. Oh, that'd be perfect. Now, what I'm hoping is that even if Checo gets past Leclerc and stays ahead, they have spent so much time bickering that there won't be enough laps left for him to catch me and pass me. That's what I'm hoping, at least. 5 laps remaining. I'm still losing about half a second a lap to Verstappen. I don't know what kind of juice he's been on, but fair play to him. 1.5 seconds back to Mr. the Charlie. It's going to be a very close finish, and I'm very, very nervous. Incredible fight going on behind me. Checo Perez, I believe, has now got that place, but no! They are still fighting behind me, and look what it's doing! I now have a 3-second lead over Leclerc and Checo. That is absolutely massive. We have 4 laps remaining and I have a 3-second lead. So that should confirm me to finish second, which means that if Checo can hold on and finish third, we will finish on the same points. And I don't know what the tiebreaker is, but if it's like combined wins, I believe McLaren should take it. The only way I can truly confirm this title, if Checo finishes third, of course, if he finishes fourth and Leclerc has a blinder of an overtake, we win. But if he does finish third, the only way we can confirm the win is if I take the fastest lap. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm going to do that yet. You can see, though, Leclerc and Checo scrapping behind me once again. That gap is just getting bigger and bigger. I am definitely going to be finishing second in this race. But now it's all up to Charlie. Basically, it is up to Charlie on who wins this Constructors. Go on, son. 3 laps remaining, and Leclerc is still ahead of Checo. He got past, and he has stayed ahead again. Checo must be losing his mind right now. Alright, we have 2 laps remaining in this race, and I thought what I'd do is I would leave these final 2 laps of this season completely uncut, so we can see the battles that commence between Leclerc and Checo, and maybe even Tsunoda. You never know. And we'll see if we can win this Constructors. Lando Norris, I don't even know where he is. If he's in the points, then we've won it. And I think he is in the points as well. Let's have a look. So I'm obviously P2. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Lando Norris is P8. If he stays P8, we are Constructors champions, 100% confirmed. It doesn't even matter what Checo does. We will still win. And as you can see, Leclerc and Checo fighting once again. I don't know who's got DRS down that second straight. I believe it is going to be Checo Perez, which means surely Checo's got to have that place confirmed now, because I've said that a few times, and then Leclerc's fought back, but surely Checo has it now. And honestly, it goes to show really how easily Red Bull could have won this championship, because Checo's driving like this now, really, really strong. And he's had the best car on the grid for like the final third of this whole season. He has had the fastest car. So if he finished, like, if he gained 5 extra points or so throughout the entire season, Red Bull would have won the Constructors. And the same could be said about Lando. He's been very poor this season, apart from that one really good win at Zandvoort. And it goes to show as well, if he picked up just like 5 more points across a whole season, we would have won the Constructors even easier. But honestly, I'm quite glad that it went down to the final race, and it is going to be as close as it's turning out to be. I reckon the gap is probably going to be about, at maximum, 6 points either way, and it should go to the boys and girls at McLaren. Car is very, very slippy, but I've got this in the bag. Leclerc going wheel to wheel with the Checo. Go on. Oh, if Leclerc actually ruins it all and finishes second, that would be, or third rather, that would be unbelievable. And I think he's only gone and got it, you know. What have I just seen? Sergio Perez on the final DRS zone drops from P3 to P5. And now he's fighting his way back up to P4. Verstappen wins the race. A valiant performance by him this race and the whole season. But I have just been better and more consistent. We crossed the line, little bit of a drift. I've crashed into the wall. At this point, who even cares? Constructors champions. We are the champions, my friends. See! There is Verstappen. A valiant rival, but honestly just not good enough. And that's actually a fun stat. I, Senna, Fat Crim, finished on the podium in every single race. Except one, which was a bit of a stinker, but all the rest, at minimum, a top 3. That consistency is pretty nuts. And without further ado, let's take a look at this championship standing page. Here we go. So these are the race results. Lando Norris finishes P8, Ayrton Senna P2. The boys pick up 22 points. Red Bull, P1 with the fastest lap, so 26 for Verstappen. Checo Perez with 10, giving them 36, meaning the points gap is only going to be 14. In the Drivers' Championship, of course, we already know that I have won. Verstappen has got that gap down to just 20 points. 126 back from myself is third place, Charlie. That's a valiant effort. He's had the third best car at best this season. It's never been better than third. Actually, I think it's currently second, so that might be a bit... No, Aston Martin are currently second. George Russell finishes P4 in the championship. Sergio Perez, with that final drive, actually goes up to P5 in the constructors, then in the drivers. I said at the start of this video I was hoping for a very strong race by Lando. He could have gone all the way up to P4 mathematically. That didn't happen today. He dropped another very average, below average stinker. So he finishes P8 in the Drivers' Championship, 220 points off his teammate. Here is the bottom end of the table. Every single driver scored a point this season. We had 3 drivers picking up 2 points. The Williams really not having too much fun this season. But the big reveal, we already know who's won the Constructors, but there's obviously 9 other teams and the gap. Here we go. Bosh. McLaren are the champions by 9 points. Wow, what an ending. 9 points is all that was in it. And like I said, Sergio Perez or Lando Norris could have easily got 9 points and either won Red Bull the Constructors or extended our lead. We could have wrapped that up 3 races ago. Do you know what I mean? Red Bull finished second. Ferrari, 100 or so points back in P3. Honestly, not too bad. Aston Martin, a very strong end to the season, finishes P4, ahead of Mercedes by 30 points. Kick Sauber, 30 points. I think that's pretty good, especially given where they are in real life. That is unbelievable. P6 for the boys. P7 for Alpine, 1 point behind. Visa Cash App RB. Actually, they move up a bit, don't they? Because where did Tsunoda finish in this race? He finished P4. So he got... Yeah, so he did that in real life in 2021, didn't he? So he got 12 points for RB. That actually made them finish P8 ahead of Haas in P9. Wow, what a crucial race by Tsunoda. And of course, Williams down in last in P10. Wow, that was an extremely exciting season. Of course, it was still not as close as it could really be. I still won the drivers with a race left. The constructors obviously went down to the wire. But even then, it was statistically very much in our favour. If we lost the constructors today, we would have been massive bottle jobs. The whole season was great though, so thank you all for watching. If you watched this episode or any of my other episodes this season, thank you to McLaren for providing the best car for at least half of this season. We fell off at the end massively, but you know, that early season form, winning all those races is obviously what got us in this position. Shout out Lando Norris for his 1 win at Zandvoort and then a couple of P4s, and that's about it. Shout out Max Verstappen for being a very valiant title rival throughout the entire season. At the end of the season, best driver on the grid by far. And I will see you lot in Season 3. Goodbye.
you.